Thank you, Nia. Hi, everyone. Hola, Linda.
Hola, gracias.
We just want to thank you guys. Linda and I were so happy and be trusted with this found, and it's kind of difficult true. We tried 3 years on a road this uppercuts grant, and it is so great to finally have it. We just opened last week, and we had a great success. So we are really happy. And no sé, Linda, ¿qué quieras decir como sobre? O sea, acabo de agradecerles, que es muy chévere.
Que- No, sí, pues muchas gracias. Este premio nos ha permitido ocupar este espacio, tener unos trabajos que hacen interpretaciones o acercamientos al lugar desde las prácticas de un grupo de artistas de Bogotá, que estamos muy contentas y contentos y bueno, continuemos.
Okay, we can start, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, do you want to start, or do I start already?
Oh,
Well, maybe.
sorry. Brian can't really the share screen,
Okay.
so you can just get started. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. This is the exhibition is in a abandoned building, and we took 3 of 9 floors. We took the 9th, the 8th, and the 6th. This is the 9th one, the first one in the walk we proposed, and we are entering here an installation by Vladimir Giraldo and Nestor Marcelo Gutierrez. They are both Bogotá artists. Vladimir is a musician, and Nestor is painter mostly, but he works in a wide variety of media. And we are seeing this installation, which is called Curuba. Curuba is from the family of the passion fruits. Curuba is an acidic fruit, and they were interested in this fruit because the Curuba color is related to the dizziness, and the dizziness is interesting for them because it's where the senses fail and the senses are mixed and confused. So Nestor was working in this space by 2 months completely, like in a work schedule, 6 to 8 hours a day. And he repaired every hole, he repaired every brokenness, and he painted everything. He restored all the space, which was really destroyed. And he worked with Vladimir in a sound installation. And the sound installation, which you see here, is provided by these speakers, which are really really flamboyant and interesting. And there is even a speaker in the shape of a cat in that room. And the speakers are sort that one that is really cute, and that is really interesting because it is sort of a relationship with campiness that Néstor has with technology. No sé, Linda, ¿qué quieras decirle de la instalación de Néstor?
No, si quieres, continuemos. Creo que dijiste todo.
Vale, listo. And the last thing is really interesting. But these were 2 spaces divided by these walls, these office walls. So when they join those 2 places by that hole in the wall, it became like a labyrinth. So it is also reinforcing that idea of the dizziness and the confusion in the space. Yes. Perfect. So we can move together to go out to this exactly and go right there. We can go a little forward. And I don't know how it went in the 3D in the right, please, Ryan. Thank you. And here, I don't know if we are able to see it all together because this is a Cámara Oscura project. This is by Matilde Guerrero and Paulo. And Matilde and Paulo, they work this piece. It looks really well. They work this piece, Matilde, collecting these pieces of detritus of so-called garbage in the building, and she built these these edifications that are really close and really similar to buildings in the neighborhood. So she made this architectural model with found material. They are really interesting. They're really simple, but they are really eye-catching and cute. I told Matilde I remember the work by Bodhisattva Kingeles from Congo, and when she was working on this idea, her friend Pablo Gomez. Pablo is an analog photographer. They started to talk about the idea of having a camera oscura that enlighten the pieces. So you can see an sculptorical city on the ground and a projected camera oscura city on the wall. And the sky, since it's lower because it's a camera oscura, it's converted in the other way around. The sky projected is lightening the city in the floor. So you are really interested. A lot of people in the neighborhood went to the opening, and they were really amazed because they had never seen a camera oscura before, and the models were really pretty. So this installation really shocked in a good way to the people in the neighborhood who went to the opening. Por favor, Linda, apenas quieras decir algo, me vas contando, ¿listo?
Sí, sí. Hay algo súper interesante con este proyecto y es que pues Matilde fue recogiendo los materiales del edificio, son partes también de computadoras, de elementos que sirvieron como para transmitir información en su momento que tienen que ver también con una época muy específica, como con un momento que es como año 1990 aproximadamente, 1995, 89, 2000. Entonces es como esos residuos reconfigurados de una época, pero esa imagen revertida de la ciudad genera un diálogo muy particular entre los elementos. También son partes de la arquitectura, como que también están las partes de las computadoras, pero también hay como trozos de esquineros de pared, hay elementos que también cintas de algún elemento de un computador también, entonces es una recolección de material muy específica que de alguna forma la sensación va hacia computador, pero también como ciudad y como esa imagen que construye ahí también en relación con la luz, que es como la experiencia del momento, ¿no? De cuando ingresa la luz y sucede como el acontecimiento.
Perfect. We can go Ryan outside. Thank you. In front of this door, there is another installation. Here, there, exactly on the left. Yes. And it's the office of Sebastián da Silva. Sebastián was the art handler, the official director of art handling and production of the exhibition. Sebastián is also an artist, and Sebastián was really creative in the way he helped us building tables, installing the artworks, even producing parts of the artworks, reusing and reutilizing material found in the building. For example, discarded tables, pieces of wall, pieces of furniture which were not in use anymore. So it was a really artistic and creative approach of handling the art and exhibiting the art. So we thought it was a really good idea to understand Sebastián is also an artist, not also a director of production, but an artist himself. So his office, he organized this room as an office of production, his office is an installation as well. It's a piece of art. And since he's an artist as well, he's doing this performance where he's drawing with mambe, an Amazonian plant consumed here for speaking more fluently and having some energy extra, kind of the Amazonian coffee. And he is drawing with mambe some drawings of the building on the tiles of the floor that has fallen with the time. So this is this is an example of how we approach to the building. The building was the place for the exhibition, but was also the matter, the theme, and the material itself of the building. So that is the project of Sebastian. In front of them, there, exactly, there in front of that. There is this room. We have 4 pieces by Maria Leguizamo here. The 3 of the pieces are these oil lamps. They are called the brillo en tercera persona, third person brightness, and third person shine, maybe. And these lamps have a sonic device that makes that when the oil flame is in contact with the sound produced by the machine, the flame moves, you know, like it's like in a way of making sound visible. The airwaves produced by the sound move the flame. And there are 3 ways of producing sound. There is one that has a telephone. So when you call to the machine, your voice appears in the machine and the machine moves the flame. There is another one which is in radio AM. There is another one that has a record of the voice of the artist. So these are the 3 of the pieces. They are really beautiful and made in blown glass. They are made and blown has technique. Blown glass, excuse me. This one in the wall, and this one is There Comes Disaster, Viene el Desastre, and is this pot for doing coffee or warming milk, but the pot, the copper pot, is connected to a fridge device, so the pot is frozen. It's totally covered in ice because it has this freeze device there. So it's like a confusion between hot and cold, and it's a really impacting and powerful piece. Esto. Por favor, Linda, cuando quieras, no se te olvide. Estás apagado
Sí,
el celular.
tenía el sonido apagado. Acá súper interesante, pues cuando estas piezas están en este espacio, la relación que puede tener como con lo que había en el edificio también, creo que puede tener una lectura distinta, pues cada pieza tiene su naturaleza, pero como Matilde tiene esa relación con lo residual, pero aquí también es como si elementos del edificio adquirieran otra función o aparecieran otros materiales, de alguna forma, pues en este lugar hubo mucho cable, había mucha información que se estaba transmitiendo y que se estaba como llevando de un lugar a otro, entonces aquí es como que la información llega, sí, se puede pensar como en una relación con lo que hay en el edificio y empiezan a suceder como unos acontecimientos en los cuales hay unas disociaciones, hay unos mensajes que se están, pues, con lo de la radio que tú decías ahorita, William, y esto, como de que empiezan a pasar otras cosas con la información o con lo que sucedió en el edificio, también la mesa puede ser como puede estar denunciando como algo que estaba ahí de pronto, como que también tiene esa relación con objeto encontrado,
Ujú.
pero como de pronto que este elemento estaba ahí y el paso del tiempo hizo que el fenómeno natural como que se acelerara un poco más y llegara a impregnar este objeto como de lo que está sucediendo ahí, ¿no? Como que es la misma naturaleza de lo que pasa en el edificio.
Sí, exactly. These ways are please drawing we can follow. Thank you. Those pieces are really interesting because they are sound devices, they are voice devices, son instrumentos para la voz. So it's really interesting to see, for example, those pieces of Maria related to telephonic nature, you know, conserving a voice, transmitting a voice. There are sculptures for the sound. Son esculturas para el sonido y relacionados en un edificio de telefonía, pues está muy bien. Estas son las piezas de la curadora aquí presente, son las piezas de Linda. These are Linda pieces. She works with sacred plants in Amazonas communities, some of them, Okaina, Huitoto, and the Yahe tribes. And for example, this one, which is called stick tree, árbol palo, and it's this is a structural iron from a building. She recollected from a close place to the building, because she works like 15 years ago in the neighborhood. We are doing the exhibition, and this collected iron from a building is like woven or knit with tobacco leaves. These are like tobacco cigars, really long tobacco cigars, they were thread. And this piece looks like maybe a wound, a knit wound, or maybe like a knit or a knot for sealing something, for repairing something, for healing something. No sé qué quieras hablarnos, Linda, de estas dos piezas. Maybe Ryan, we can follow. Exactly, thank you. There is another piece of this series. ¿Qué nos puedes decir de Árbol Palo?
Sí, es como una relación con la infraestructura del edificio, como sí, lo que sostiene el lugar, cómo puede estar sanándose, ¿no? Como esa misma forma, esa linealidad de estos elementos y como su materialidad también del hierro, que tiene como una relación con la sangre, el tabaco también tiene una relación con la sangre. Desde las comunidades indígenas se dice que pues hay una relación muy profunda entre el tabaco y la sangre y la forma en la que se relacionan con el fuego. Y aquí pues también yo estaba pensando en el fuego, ¿no? En cuando se enfría el hierro, cuando se enfría el metal, se hacen estas estructuras y como también estas materialidades pueden de nuevo tener una relación. Y por esta misma razón fue que los tejí. Era como el tejido, como ir buscando esa idea, como también ir recorriendo ese pensamiento de sanación de una estructura que tiene todo tan separado.
About
La forma de
healing.
hacer las cosas que diferencia como todo tanto. Entonces era como la relación acá. Y la que está a la derecha, que son las pinturas,
Right.
si quieres
Mhm.
ver.
Yeah, in the right
También,
pole. Yeah, exactly. That one. That is Fagua.
sí, que se estrella en lengua muisca. Entonces aquí, pues de alguna forma, todo como la publicidad de Telecom y sus promesas de progreso estaban muy vinculadas con el cielo, con alcanzar las estrellas. También hay una relación con, pues por lo satelital, seguramente, como por pensar en los satélites y las redes de comunicación desde lo aeroespacial. Entonces aquí yo quise hacer como una enunciación de teñir con plantas una tela de drill, que es una tela que se usa más que todo pues, para overoles, también para la vestimenta, pero pues en algún momento la relaciono con el trabajo y también cubrirla con aceite quemado de motores y brea, que también son materiales muy viscosos, como que tienen que ver como con los procesos de tracción, que de alguna forma también me hace pesar el edificio, como las máquinas, que yo creo que es como algo que me interesa con esta pieza y como puede haber un rayo ahí que es como la de repollo, el rayo está teñido con repollo y es como pues también esa naturaleza ahí como entrando en ese proceso y como también pensaba en el cielo, era como eso, como las estrellas. Ujú.
So Linda is saying the piece is Fagua, the paintings in the wall is Fagua, which means star in Muisca language. Muisca was the linguistic family inhabiting here in pre-Hispanic times. And Fagua or star is thinking about spatial or spatial on the sky, thinking about this because Telecom was thinking about launching a satellite for telecommunications, and that was a symbol of progress in Colombia. You know, because Telecom went out of business in the end of the 90s and in the beginning of the 2000s. So it was about thinking about nature and thinking about how the width or the big expansion of the nature can be menaced also for technology, because these paintings are made with burnt oil. That is aceite de carro, aceite de máquina. It's car oil, yeah. So it's like a reference maybe to the darkness of the sky in the night, which is really poetic. But it's also a reference about how is spreading the oil and the mechanic and the mechanical thinking, and maybe the abuse of the technology and petroleum in the world, which is also really bad for environment. So it was about thinking about those two things joining together. We can go to the next one, Ryan. Thank you. So we can go to the right, exactly. That's we can go, maybe we can talk about this piece of the speakers. Yes. Yes, this is Luis Arroa's aburrimiento acumulado, I don't know how you say it in English, like piled boredom, maybe could be a nice translation. This is a sound piece. Of course, there is a reference to Babel of, I don't remember, Babel is Elio Tisica, no, it's a Brazilian artist. I don't remember the name right now, but it's a really famous piece that this is playing a composition of sounds of water and humming and vocalizations of the artist. The artist is a singer and has worked with sound devices for more than 20 years. And this is like a really interesting piece because it is a really soft and really delicate sound installation, but the look of it is kind of menacing, you know. It is really well screwed and solid, but you almost think it's going to fall anytime. But besides looking menacing, it is really safe. But I think what is interesting here is how an image of danger or not stability can communicate like the softness that is implicit in the sound of the humming sound and the soothing sound that it comes from it. Yes. Maybe you can go to the right. Maybe, Linda, ¿podrías empezar a hablar sobre B&B? Estaría chévere, de Apple y medio cambiada. Linda, no te oímos. Es que no te vimos, es que no te vimos.
Ya, el lugar donde estaba, pues la zona donde está ubicada el edificio es una zona que pues ha vivido en distintos momentos, en varios momentos durante la historia, pues situaciones relacionadas con la opulencia, después de alguna forma como el abandono estatal, después la violencia pues hay como algunas situaciones de vida, algunas personas que son muy complejas en el lugar. Entonces, cuando nos ubicamos aquí, pensamos en establecer relaciones que nos permitieran pensarnos el edificio hacia un futuro y también hacia las posibilidades que hay para vincularnos con el barrio que está al lado, el barrio Santa Fe, que es uno de los barrios más antiguos de Bogotá, y pensamos en trabajar con Aplo, Pedro Aparicio y sus iniciativas en el Chocó, que han estado pensadas desde la comunidad, desde las relaciones que pueden establecerse con la comunidad y la apropiación y el trabajo en un antiguo edificio, en un antiguo lugar donde funcionó Telecom. Entonces aquí pues quisimos invitarlo, como pensarnos las posibilidades que hay en el lugar para eh, hacer actividades en relación con el cuidado del medio ambiente, la formación de líderes sociales, el activismo y las relaciones para el trabajo colaborativo y en comunidad.
Yes, exactly. As Linda was saying, this is like a brother project from Apla Mano Cambiada, and it's another telecom building, but in Nuquichoco, it's the Pacific Ocean. And they are trying to restore that telecom building into a house of botanical sensibilization, ecological sensibilization with the youth. So they are doing social work there, and it's a really, really interesting project. That is in Nuquichoco, Colombia. So we invited them, and they are doing some performances and some reunions and collaborative projects in the building. So we can go to the next. We can go. Tenemos que ir un poco más rápido, Linda. Yeah, it's okay, Marian. We totally caught. We're going to do everything. So this is Maria Clara Figueroa's artwork. She has two artworks in the exhibition. This one is Fantasma. Fantasma is the silhouettes of some pieces that has fallen off from the building. We can see the silhouettes here. And what Maria Clara did was putting them in a veil, over a veil, and then she placed some mineral pigment, and she painted with that mineral pigment, and then we can see those silhouettes in the fabric. When we see the painting, this is very important. We see also the city because the painting is translucent. So it's something like to transpass and to make like a view of parts of the building and the view of the city at the same time. And in this wall, in the right wall, we can see the other piece, which is Lapsus, and it's a really weird and beautiful piece. What she does is painting the wall with caramel. This is melted sugar. And what she does is painting that and passing an iron bar. So she makes these rolls of caramel and found paint, which are placing here. And this is a really beautiful piece, and it also smells really good. Smells like sugar. So it's a really really peculiar way of working with the found painting in the building. We can go to the 8th floor, please. Thank you. We have to go a little bit faster. Tenemos que ir un poco más rápido, Lina, para poder hacerlo todo, porque nos faltan 20 minutos. So this is a wall piece by Luisa Roa again. She takes these drawings from George Safrai. And it's called Imaginarios de un Tiempo Enmarañado. And what she does is taking these choreographing representations of 1/800 of Colombia, and it's the view of our European traveler. So she retakes this, resignifies these drawings as wall paintings in the place. We can go right.
Si quieres, tú habla de este, yo hablo. Si quieres, tú habla de esto y yo complemento algo del sexto.
Listo. Entonces, these are three pieces that they are in three different spaces in the exhibition. This is Matilde Guerrero. It's another Matilde Guerrero's piece, and this one is this is a electromagnetic spectrum, and what she does is doing an odorific landscape of the office building or the office day work. And she takes three substances that are really odorific and really recognized in the office buildings. They are jabón rey, the rey soap. Sorry, it's also cleaning gel and coffee. So she takes these three substances and do some agglutination performances. Here she is doing some kind of like a color with the jabón rey pieces. And in the other places, she does another kind of actions. This was the performance lasted over 2 hours, and it was done in the opening of the exhibition. We can go to the next one. Yes. ¿Puedes hablar de esta linda, de la de Luisa?
Si quieres, tú de esa, Will.
Listo. This is another Luisa Roa piece. She works mostly in sounds, and this is urban vocalizaciones urbanas. She's doing a PhD investigation about sound archives of birds that are inhabiting in Bogotá. So she worked over 4 months in the building, recording the songs, the song of the birds, of the local birds. So what she did was taking those registers and doing some sculptures that has the shape of the nest of those birds, and these nests are actually speakers that are reproducing the sound of the birds. So it's a really complex and really beautiful installation. And it also looks like a nest because it's covered in fabric. Habla de Sebastián Lema.
Listo, sí, Sebastián, pues a Sebastián lo conocimos porque él es un apasionado por las plantas, tiene una relación muy profunda con también los recorridos que hace en la ciudad para identificar plantas y los procesos de aprendizaje pedagógicos en comunidad para relacionarse con estas plantas y de alguna forma trabajar con elementos vegetales, hojas o flores que se descartan en la ciudad y como que volverles a restituir su valor. Entonces, su valor me refiero como a su lugar, un lugar en, en, ¿cómo se podría decir ahí, William? Más que valor. Sí,
Importancia.
restituirles como, sí, su importancia. Entonces, pues aquí lo invitamos para que de alguna forma él se relacionara con el edificio, encontrara como unas metáforas en relación con algunas plantas para relacionarse con su práctica y él decidió trabajar con este tipo de planta que se alimenta de las partículas diminutas que hay de agua del aire. Es una planta que de alguna forma se señala a veces como invasora, pero que pues tiene unas propiedades y es que logra sobrevivir a unas situaciones de mucha escasez para pues habitar. Entonces, él decidió trabajar con esta planta. Pensamos que es una relación con el estado del edificio y como también nos estamos relacionando con él para trabajar.
Perfecto. Thank you, Linda. Yes, we can go follow. I'm going to talk a little bit of Lema myself, but after that. Perfect. We can follow and we can go to the right. In the right, there another part of Luisa's piece, and over here we have three artworks. In that corner, in the left corner, we have Torre by Matilde, and Matilde Guerreros also. She's doing this like a little funny piece. It's like it's really sympathetic and fun because I think it's a little scale model of a golden tower, but it's also made by ceramic pieces that are representing humble houses. So she's like doing a difference between big buildings and humble buildings, and she does these really small lamps with found material of the building that also make it look like a golden idol, but it's also like a favela or a poor neighborhood. But poor is not a correct terminology because it's more about development architecture and not lacking of resources architecture. Here are the drawings by Wilmer Rodriguez. Wilmer is the youngest artist in the exhibition, but he is a really interesting artist, and he works this with ASCII code. These drawings are typed and are doing by letter characters, so they are really the work on them is really minutious and really delicate. So he's representing some kind of labyrinths or situations that relates poetically, building and work office installments, installations maybe. Bureaucratic architecture as well, with poetic approaches. Really funny as well, like really joyful. And in the right corner, we have another Sebastián Lema piece, which is really simple but really beautiful. This is all Lema's pieces are called by the scientific name of the plant. This one is Bauina glabra, and it's chain bejuco and electric light. It's a really simple but yet really sophisticated way of joining technology and nature in the same image. We can follow,
Olvidé
right?
decir algo anterior,
Bebé.
olvidé
No.
decir algo hace un rato, y es que la planta que usó Sebastián se llama tilancia.
Sí, la tilancia. Yes. Yes, we can go, Ryan. Thank you. So we can go there. We can go to the right. There. Thank you. This one is another part of Luisa's piece. We talked already. And there is another piece. There is another part of Matilde's piece, the espectro electromagnético, which were the performances about the smell. This was one cleaning gel. So she painted and brushed the cleaning gel with a hairbrush. So it was a performance about the texture of the cleaning gel. These performances are really interesting because they are really about like I don't know if the loneliness, but the weirdness of some works and some like actions in the everyday life.
Sí, como de
We-
jornadas de trabajo también, ¿no? Como de...
Exacto. Sí. Sí, como imitando un poco, imitando como la jornada de trabajo y también demostrando como a veces incluso lo ridículo o lo difícil o lo extenuante. Sí. We can go to that piece that you were showing, the red one. That is a piece of mine. I don't see maybe the third. Exactly. That is a femur bone, human bone, that is made with wool, felted wool. It's 2 meters long. we are metrical here. This is Colombia, so it's 2 meters long, and it's a human bone that looks really soft and really cozy. And the idea was like making a contrast between like how difficult it is to see a human bone full of human flesh, which is a gore and kind of horror image, but now it's here like really sweet and really, really, really. I don't know. You almost wanna hug it, and that was it. That is one of my pieces in the exhibition. We can follow. Yes, there are you can see another Tilancia. Is Tilancia what? Tilancia. Those in the ceiling are other pieces by Sebastián Lema. Tilancia oneoides, and the cardboards that hang here on the wall, and another of my pieces. It's called Unidad de Incidencias Especiales, special happenings unity. And what happened is, as a curator of the exhibition, I started to read, to be really worried about working in a abandoned building. So I started to read first aid guides and tragedy and incidency guides. So I started to write it down in these cardboards, and when I take them down out of context, they really read as a poetry. So it's like a text drawing piece. The four cardboards are part of that artwork. Yes, thank you.
También parece como una señal, tiene algo como de señal, como de un signo muy básico, ¿sabes? Como
Sí.
la estantería de los signos.
Sí, total. Like a really, really simple approach to the drawing. Like it looks like it can be done by anyone, which is something I really appreciate. And that sculpture there in the there. Yes, we can do. It's another Matilde Guerrero artwork, and it's for the soul of Leo Cop, por el alma de Leo Cop. Excuse me. And this sculpture is is taken from an original sculpture that is in a cemetery 2 blocks from the building. And what Matilde did was taking the mold and doing like a copy of it. And it is a really important sculpture in that cemetery because people ask this sculpture for work and for money. And it's because it's not a saint. He was the founder of one of the most, excuse me, like the richest factories in Colombia's history, which is Bavaria, most important brewery here. So people go to the cemetery to ask for money and labor favors to that sculpture, which is the tomb of the founder of Bavaria. So it's like a kind of saint of capitalism. That was really interesting. We can go to the right there. That room that is blue, Ryan. Maybe we can go there. That is Sebastián Mira and Wilmer Rodriguez art piece, Corp Fantasy. It is a video game. What they did was rendering the space of telecom, and rendering the space, they turn the building into a video game. So you can play as a telecom worker in the 90s, and you can explore your office on telecom, and playing to be like this worker of this telecommunication enterprise. It is a really fun, joyful piece. Yeah, it is. It's a really great joke, and it is a really well done video game. So I think this is this floor. We can go to the 6th one, please. Si quieres ir comentando algo, Linda, mientras ponemos las del 6. No te oímos.
Cuando empezamos a trabajar en el edificio, escogimos estos 3 pisos, el 6, el 8 y el 9, por la diferencia en las formas de la arquitectura y de las funciones que percibimos en cada piso. Este era el piso más desmantelado, como que ya no encuentras casi elementos del acabado del suelo, del piso o del techo. Entonces sentimos como una, una, una delicadeza, como en esa misma sensación como de decaimiento para poder trabajar con el material. Nos llamó mucho la atención.
Sí.
Entonces, pues aquí a la derecha, a la izquierda está un detector de fantasmas, de espectros, como son electromagnéticos de Wilmer Rodríguez.
Ujú.
Y
Sí.
pues esta es la pieza que está, si quieres, dile tú para que sepa de cuál estamos hablando.
Yeah, is that one, Ryan? Thank you. It's yeah. It is a piece that, as Linda was saying, you can buy for ghost detectors by internet, maybe eBay or Mercado Libre or anything. So what Wilmer did was joining by an electric device to a sound processor, the ghost detector that he bought from internet. So this piece is sounding for an air wave that is related to the magnetic fields that the ghost researchers relate to spectral activity. So it's kind of a synthesizer that is being played by a ghost that is in the building. So it is. I don't know what to think about this piece. It is a great piece, but it
Sí,
scares me. Sí.
sí, Will, de pronto también es importante que digas algo de esto en inglés, y es que pues esta pieza también es muy importante, la imagen que tiene, que es de un trabajador de telecom en una marcha, ¿no?
Yeah, and the image that we saw in the piece was a telecom worker in a strike, and it has the drawing of the pet of telecom, which was an ant, like this pink ant. Yeah, exactly. Let's go faster. So in the right behind where you are, Ryan, in the wall behind you, there is a spatial protocol by Sebastian Mira, and it's 3 flags made by the 3 elements most commonly used in video games and in architectural renders, which are concrete, wood, and glass, which are also the materials buildings are made for. A really beautiful piece by Sebastian Mira. Right there, we can follow and we'll see Linda's piece. This is Punta del Dedo, fingertip. In English, it's really beautiful, fingertip. And what can we know about this wood and ceramics piece, Linda? ¿Qué nos puedes decir de tu obra? No te oímos.
Sí, esta pieza son fragmentos de madera quemada con cerámica. La punta es pensando también en cómo estas formas que son rectas y con terminados como muy industriales de algunas maderas se vuelven un pistilo de una flor. De alguna forma es como pensando como en la propia naturaleza de lo que está por debajo del edificio, también esos circuitos quemados, como una relación con esta textura del lugar que es como de un cortocircuito, pero pues la planta y como la madera, como en una relación entre lo industrial y lo natural, y también como una cosa sexuada, y también que tiene que ver con las bases que son como elementos industriales, como sosteniendo esto tan frágil que señala como la mano final.
Perfect. Thank you, Linda. We can follow? Yes. And this is a piece by we have these 2 artists. They were friends before, but they had never worked together. So we proposed them to work in joint artworks, and the result was really positive. This one is bostezo, which means yawn. And it is the text that is carved in the window, and artificial mist. We have this machine of artificial mist that fills the space with vapor. And the interesting thing is when the sun comes inside the building, you can see the solar rays going through the text. And as you see in the picture is really good because we can see the text is backwards in the window, but when the light goes through the window, we can read the text we can read it right, yeah, not backwards, but right, in the floor. So when the text when the sun goes through the window, we can read the text that is there. It's a kind of mystery that is solved in the space. Perfect. We can follow. Thank you. In the right. We are just 4 artworks left. That's there. Thank you, Ryan. Yes, and we can see here for the daylight, we can see it kind of good. But when there is no sunlight, when it's gloomy, it looks better. And it is another artwork by Maria Leguizamo and Ana Montenegro that looks better. And that is an sculpture of light and glass, and is kind of visual labyrinth that is made with found glass in the building. These are the cubicles and the joints of the spaces in the office that were discarded, and they were broken and on the floor and everywhere. So they made this kind of visual labyrinth, visual maze that contains this light drawing with LED lighting. It is a very beautiful piece. We can go as well. Thank you. If we can go to the right to that door, perfect. As you see, it's a very labyrinthic space, the building itself. So it's like a really interesting experience. This one is another Sebastián Lema's piece. The plant, the botanic presence of the Lemas was really important for the exhibition, since it also made the point that the building is also an ecosystem. So this is Nicotiana tabacum. These are 2 plants of tobacco and a box of cigarettes called Piel Roja, which are like a really popular cigarette here in Bogotá. And with the time that is changing the color of the leaves of the tobacco, Lema was hanging them in the wall. So it's like it's a really poetic approach to the change of the color of a plant, as if it was a painting of a temporal event of plastic expression by the plant, you know. Perfect. We can go there. In the right, we can go by that door. And this is the last installation that contains the artworks of some artists. Alejandro Salcedo, he is a painter and a filmmaker, but he also has this way of the approach of the art that is not only about his artwork. He always invites another people artworks in his installations as a way of dialogue. So in the back of the room, we can see a painting he did. He broke his back when a tree fell down on him on a forest really close to the building. So he has, for healing his back, doing circular movements with his arm, and he turned that exercise, that healing exercise, in a painting, and that is this painting we see here. And the plants they are drying in the exhibition because they are being used through the month for a healing as a healing altar and for a healing ritual he is doing for healing himself, his history, and the building itself. The machine we see there, that one, that is a machine that contains spider webs and it sounds every certain time. It's like a music box, and it's by Irene Méndez, Máquina Uno Los Atarantados, and it is an abstraction, like a musical abstraction of the tarantella dancing. It is really striking the way she worked with the spider webs. And there in the I don't know if you can see that because there are holes in the walls, and we can see a film Alejandro Salcedo did. The film is inside the room, and you can see them by the holes in the wall. And the film was done by Alejandro going to Amazonas and looking for the maguare tree, which is really important because it is like the telephone of the jungle. They play the drum, and it sounds 20 kilometers on the round. So the people communicate with this drum. And Alejandro, since a tree fell on him, and that was a really traumatic experience for him, he was looking for that tree that falls and sounds, and was looking for kind of healing for his personal history, going to Amazonas for this tree. So this is a movie of him going to look for the tree, for the drum in the Amazonas, with the Amazonas people. And we are almost finishing. We did it kind of time. Thank you for your patience. It is a really long exhibition. Um, on the right, that place. That is a really funny story. Maria Clara Figueroa and I was working on my bone, and the bone that is in the 8th floor, and I had the wool, and we made colors for the wool for doing the piece. And Sebastián Lema saw the wool colors with it that were drying that night. And Sebastián Lema said, "That is an amazing art piece." For us, it was only like the wool drying, but we saw like a really pictorial potential and a really simple approach to the way of working the material. So it actually became a piece. It was a new piece by Maria Clara Figueroa and I, and well, it is there. And in the next room, thank you, Ryan. It is the last piece, which is by 3 people, Laika and Demonia, who are two dance performance and performance performance interactors. And Romea Diabla, she's a musician, Franco-Colombian musician. So what they did was that they placed some sensors, some sensible machines to the touch in this structure for construction. And Laika and Demonia are performing in the structure. So they are producing sounds when they are dancing or performing, and Romea mixes those sounds. So they use this structure as a sound device, as a musical device, and they are performing in the structure, and Romea is mixing the sound. This is a really strong performance. They were the last artists to join the project, like 2 weeks before the opening. And it is great to have them here because it is a really powerful experience to see them performing. So that was the last artwork. No, I don't know, Linda, si quieres agregar algo.
No, pues que después de esta exposición, la idea es que vamos a seguir trabajando en el lugar. Gracias al apoyo de Apex Art, vamos a poder como continuar este proceso más allá de la exposición. y bueno, que las activaciones que se van a hacer van a estar señalando como esas intenciones que tenemos de lo que va a pasar en el espacio.
Yes, that is a really great point. We are keep the space since the owner really likes the project and is he a really kind person. So we are working in artistic ateliers after the exhibition, maybe a year or two. And also we are having a performance programming, which is developing and growing, and it's all the Saturdays of this month. The exhibition goes until November 2. Yes, that's about it, guys. Sorry we lost so much.
Oh, it's great. Thank you so much for going through the exhibition for us. Thank you to everyone who joined. Like William said, there's a lot of events that are going to be happening in Bogotá. So if you happen to be in the area or you're able to go, that would be fantastic. And I mean, this will be posted on our event page. William and Linda have promised to do documentation, photos, videos of the
everything.
events that are going to be in Bogotá. So that will also be on our event page if you happen to not be in Colombia.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all once again, and have a great rest of your day.
Okay. Thank you, Nia. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Gracias.
Great.